over. He likes what he sees, and the first green flag of 2009 away. And it didn't look like Borges came up to speed quick enough. Lenny Guy got tagged from behind. He spins that machine down into the infield grass, but he keeps rolling. Up front as they roll off of turn number 4, 1 lap up on the board, and it is Jody Tripp setting the pace with Rick Martin sitting right behind. Sitting third is the 13. That is Brian Murray. A good run. Look at Bowser slice through the field. He started back in the 7th spot, and he's already climbed his way up inside the top 4 by the time lap 2 is completed. Got to close in. Close in, takes a look to the inside of Murray as they come off the corner. Meanwhile, the top 2 have checked out from the rest of the field. They've got over a half a straightaway advantage over the grid. Boutique machine continuing to hold on. Top of the grid, roll off of turn number 2. Rep takes a look. Martin takes a look to the outside, tries to gather that purple and yellow Chevy-bodied machine. That is not the familiar Toyota that's been run over the past couple of seasons. That is a brand new truck that he put together over the winter. Bowser up to third now and starts slicing into the disadvantage that he has. Off the corner, 4 down, 5 down, 5 to go for Tripp, who have opened up a straightaway advantage over the rest of the field. Up from Russ Borges, who now sits 4th on the grid. Ron Hawk down to the inside, works his way up into the 6th spot. Many guys just trying to catch up as he thunders down at the back. 7 down, 3 to go as the field strings himself out to the mile around the racetrack. Borges, that red number 5. Working his way through the grid. He started 6th. He currently sits 5th. But back just a bit on the start. Takes a look to the inside of Borges with 2 laps to go. Borges is able to keep that machine glued to the bottom and keep him at bay. Jody Tripp rolls off the corner, last year's Rookie of the Year, looking to set atop the standings after week number 1. Rolls off of turn number 2 with a 2-truck length advantage over Rick Martin. Martin ended 2008 in victory lane on 3 straight occasions. Going to have to work to catch Tripp when it comes feature time. And Jody Tripp picks up the win. 2nd place to Rick Martin. 3rd place goes to Hugh Bowser with Russ Borges and the 5 of Mike Ronhawk rounding out the top 5. 6 is Brian Murray. 7th is Uriah Roderick as he comes to a stop in a plume of smoke down there in turn number 1. And the 77 of Lenny Guy rounding out the field. As he gets ready to set these guys loose, there's the green and we're underway. Both trucks on the grid slide just a little bit on the green, but Hero down on the inside, that white number 96, set sail on the bottom lane. Paiva works that outside groove. Truck rebuilt. You see the familiar paint scheme that the Rick Martin chassis have put together in 2009. And the Radical Rick's Sign Designs machine. He works the outside lane as he tries to hold off your reigning champion, Mike Cavallero. Cavallero squeezes that red Chevy down low. Tries to pick up the momentum. Gets up to the left rear tire of Paiva, but has been unable to make any more of a serious challenge than that so far. Hero sets the pace. Battle for 2nd continues. Paiva up on the outside. Down low is that 80 of Cavallero. One truck really wants to see there because he has set a ton of wins over the past 3 years behind the wheel of that Seekonk sports truck. He evens up as they roll down into turn number 3. Paiva gets a little bit crossed up off of 4. Here comes the 80 down the inside. It picks up the number 2 spot. Closes in on your leader. The 96 of Hero continues working that bottom lane, and here comes Cavallero to the outside. 5 down and 5 to go as they come off of turn number 4. Hero out front, Cavallero to the outside as the top 3 run under a blanket off of turn number 2. Jason Hero continues to work that inside lane. Paiva is closed back up on the inside of Cavallero. He rolls out of the corner. Cavallero winding it up on the outside, trying to even up with your leader as he rolls out into 3. He's up to the right rear tire, gets up to the door as he rolls off the corner. Look at Paiva try the inside. He runs out of room as he's got to settle it back behind. Hero gets a little bit loose, crossed up off the 2nd corner. Paiva down to the inside, but here comes Cavallero, winding the Rebel Racing Machine up high. Hero gets loose. Paiva down to the inside. 3 wide off the corner and give it to Cavallero up on the top of the field. Mike Cavallero gets kicked up to the third groove. Didn't lose the momentum when Hero got crossed up and slid up the racetrack through 3 and 4. White flag is out. Mike Cavallero sits atop the field with 1 more to go. John Paiva up to second in that green and yellow number 17. Hero sits third. Dumas is fourth, and Darryl Church rounds out the top 5. He's got a challenge as Kyle D'Souza looks to the inside there. Cavallero picks up the win as they roll off of turn number 4. Look at the 88, get the run, loses a little bit of momentum, and by a hair, give that 5th spot to the 40 machine as D'Souza Hawkins round out the field. The Seekonk Sports Trucks looking to pick up where he left off, but John Paiva sits in his way. 25 laps to go. Green flag is out. Paiva does not come up to speed, and we're underway. Looking him off the turn number 2 with their truck racing down the back straightaway. Radical Rick Martin sets the pace. Hugh Bowser sits second. Third is Jody Tripp in the 38, and we are under yellow. Not even a lap in for the 5 of Mike Ronhock, who spins out off of turn number 1 down in the infield grass. So it'll be a complete restart, and John Paiva just got his gift for the 2009 hoping for. Not that he wanted to see the caution, but he wanted that chance to see if he could handle Rick Martin on the restart. Off the corner they come. This time he is up to the task. Green flag is out, and we're back underway. Paiva and Martin battle wheel to wheel off of turn number 4, but look at that Chevy up on the outside. Radical Rick Martin winding up that outside lane, getting a half a truck length advantage. Off of turn number 4 they come and give lap number 1 to the Radical one, but glued to his rear bumper is Hugh Bowser. Problem for the 40 machine. That is Lance Cambra. He was struggling early. He goes to the infield. We got a truck around. That is the 13, I believe, of Brian Murray off of turn number 2, and this one just doesn't want to get going. 1 lap in, and we are under yellow for the second time. This time for the 13 of Brian Murray, who spins off at turn number 2. 24 laps remain in the Seekonk Sports Truck main event, 25 laps. The total distance, Rick Martin and John Paiva at the top of the field, Hugh Bowser and Jody Tripp, row number 2. Jason Hero and Steve Dumas, row number 3. Looking for the green off of 4. They wind it up off the corner. There we go one more time. Look at that 3 wide already for 5th as Lenny Guy took a look to the inside of the 96 of Jason Hero. Dumas up to 5th now off the corner. They come. Martin sets a pace, but look at Bowser wind his way up in a second. He's got Jody Tripp glued to his rear bumper, and it's Ford Chevy at the top of the field. Off the second corner. Oh, trouble for Borges in the 16. He goes around. Oh, Brian Murray and Mike Ronhock get into him. Nowhere to go. And 2 laps in, we're under yellow again. This time for 3 trucks getting together. The 16 of Russ Borges and the Rick Martin race cars, Buff Lobsters, John Paiva. Jody Tripp, row number 2. Steve Dumas rounds out the top 5. Jason Hero is 6th. Lenny Guy is 7th. Kyle D'Souza 8th. Coming off the corner, and they are slip sliding off the corner, and that's going to be a no start. Jariah Roderick in the number 3 trying to get some grip there. And it is a little bit slick out there, and that's going to hold us up just a little bit. The track got a little wet. Let them loose. Off of turn number 4 is Tim Bolduck with the flags in his hand, or off the corner they come. We're back underway. Green is out. Look at Bowser wind up that Ford. And the blue oval up top looking for the lead off of turn number 2. The double deuce on the top side looking for the lead, and powers by, sets the pace off of turn number 4. Hugh Bowser out front. He'll lead lap number 3. Off the second corner, Martin takes another look back to the inside. Jody Tripp has worked himself up into 3rd now with the 17 of Paiva sitting 4th. Dumas rounds out the top 5. Side by side at the top of the field. Bowser on the outside trying to hang on as the Radical one tries to get back to the top of the field. Down to 3 and 4, wheel to wheel. The 22 and the 14 running neck and neck. Off the corner, 5 laps up on the board. Martin back to the top of the grid by 1. thousandths of a second, boys and girls. It doesn't get any closer than that. Down the backstretch, Bowser slides back just a hair as Jody Tripp slides it right underneath. The second generation racer from Tiverton, Rhode Island, looking for his third career win here at the Action Track of the East. Settles into the back bumper of the driver that ran with his father for many years. Battle for fifth heating up. Look at Lenny Guy take it up on the outside. The teal number 77 trying to find the high side around driver du jour Steve Dumas in that double four. Up front, Rick Martin sets the pace, slides up just a hair. Jody Tripp takes a look down to the inside, can't get it done, and drops the Silver Key Incorporated machine second on the field. Look at Jason Hero in the white 96. He's thrown his hat into that battle for fifth. He runs with Lenny Guy. They run wheel to wheel down into turn number 3. Guy up on the outside of number 77. Arsenal down on the bottom in the 96. Down across the stretch. Give it to Arsenal. Give it to Hero down to the inside. Kyle D'Souza, Rookie of the Year contender in that blue and white number 88. Looking for some running room. He takes a look now to the inside of Lenny Guy. That's the battle for 7th and 8th across the stripe. Meanwhile, up front, Rick Martin slides up just a little bit. Tripp trying to keep it glued to the bottom lane, but Martin is able to hang on and keep that lead. Lenny Guy spins that 77 down to the infield, able to keep that truck rolling. We stay green, but look at the 3 of Jariah Roderick up in turns 1 and 2. Slides it up the racetrack, and we are under yellow for the fourth time at lap number 12 for Jariah Roderick, who goes around in the middle of turns 1 and 2. So 12 laps in, 4th yellow out, and Radical Rick Martin will be at the top of the field. Hugh Bowser and John Piver, row number 2. Steve Dumas, Jason Hero, row number 3. Kyle D'Souza and Lenny Guy, row 4. Off the corner they come. Green is out. We're underway. Tripp gets the jump. Martin gets the jump, and look at Tripp battle back up on the outside. Wheel to wheel off of turn number 2, and Tripp looks like he's got a little bit of momentum on his side. Martin throws it in hard and wide off of turn number 4, trying to hold off, but here comes Tripp on the outside, and by 8 thousandths of a second, we've got our third leader of the event. Tripp had the advantage at the stripe, but Martin battles back on the inside. Trouble once again for Jariah Roderick in that red number 3 as he goes around in turns 1 and 2, and we are slowed up again at lap number 12. So that yellow coming out at lap number 12 was a break for Jody Tripp because it looked like he had lost a little bit of momentum. Jody Tripp and Rick Martin at the top of the field. Hugh Bowser, John Piva, and Jason Hero rounding out the top 5. Lenny Guy is up to 6th. Steve Dumas 7th. Kyle D'Souza, Darrell Church, Jim Hawkins, your top 10. Looking for the grid. There's the green flag back underway. Tripp has the inside advantage. We'll see if he can hold off Radical Rick Martin. Off the corner they come. Martin trying to wind up that Chevy-bodied machine up on the outside. They roll off of turn number 4. We've hit the halfway mark. Lap number 13, and Rick Martin leads the charge across the stripe. Down off the second corner they come. Tripp trying to battle back, but Martin's got the momentum up on the outside. Tripp trying to hang on, trying to ease it off of turn number 4 down to the stripe, and by, 7 thousandths of a second, it is Tripp back to the, it is Martin at the top of the grid. Holding off Tripp. My eyes deceived me, but the transponder does not. Off of 4 they come. 10 laps to go. Down across the stripe is Martin. As you saw, the 38 of Tripp, a little bit loose off of turn number 4. As he gathers it back in, Martin now sets the pace. Tripp back to second. Bowser, Piva, and Lenny Guy now up inside the top 5. Good run. Go! Kyle D'Souza takes the Phil's Propane 88 Chevy, spins off of turn number 4, and with 15 laps complete, we're under yellow again. So, Rookie of the Year contender, Kyle D'Souza spins his truck. Rick Martin and Jody Tripp at the top of the field one more time. We'll bring them down off the corner. Looking for the green. There we go, and back underway. Martin gets a jump, and look at Tripp power back. up on the outside. They roll down it to one. Tripp trying to pinch Martin down to the inside. They come off the corner. They touch off of turn number 2. Martin and Tripp battling for the lead, wheel to wheel. Off of 4 they come. They're not afraid to rub fenders as they come off the corner. Martin's got a little bit of an advantage and holds on by a half a car length. Off of turn number 2 now. Martin sets the pace. Tripp trying to hang on for second as here comes Bowser back down to the inside, trying to put the blue oval up inside the top 2. Down to the inside he goes, but Tripp is able to hang on and hold him off that time. Trying to shut the door. Yes, he does. Off the second corner. 17 laps complete, 8 laps remain, trying to wind this one down. Radical Rick Martin setting the pace. Jody Tripp sitting second. Third is Hugh Bowser, John Paiva, and Lenny Guyer, top 5. Field starting to string itself out around the 3rd mile. Trouble for Bowser off the second corner. He bobbled just a little bit. Paiva slides underneath and puts the Ford back to 4th. And we've got 2 Fords battling for 4th and 5th. Here comes Lenny Guy. The LA Spalander in front of 77 down on the inside, looking for some running room. Slides up the racetrack just a little bit. Bowser's able to keep that momentum going. 5 to go this time. Martin up front. Tripp taking a look down to the inside, trying to get a run on your leader. Martin trying to make it 4 in a row here this afternoon. Remember, he won the final 3 events in 2008. Trying to open up 2009, and we got a truck around. That is Jariah Roderick off the second corner, and we are under yellow again at lap number 20 for that 3 machine. That's the 3rd time that he has spun, and that turn 2 seems to be his Achilles heel, if you will. Turn number 4. Tim Baldock lets them loose, and we are underway once again. Martin gets the jump. Jody Tripp's good the first couple of laps, but it seems to slide back just a little bit, and this time Paiva is there to pick up the pieces on the inside. Wheel to wheel. This time it's for second. Tripp trying to hang on. John Paiva up on the inside, trying to get the run to the inside of Tripp. Tripp trying to wind it up on the outside and hang on to the number 2 spot. 4 laps to go, make it 3 when they come back around for Rick Martin at the top of the field. Battle for second continues as Paiva and Tripp slide together. Oh, they touch. Paiva can't hang on. Paiva goes around, and we're into yellow once again. And Paiva, you saw him come off of turn number 4. The back end came out from underneath them. Tripp got sideways as well, but Jody was able to hang on. Paiva did not, and we're into yellow again, and John goes from 3rd to the tail end of the field with 4 laps to go. Ninth will be the 3 of Jariah Roderick, the 49 of Jim Hawkins, and the 17 of John Paiva to round out the field. 4-lap shootout. Rick Martin has lost the lead twice, has been able to get it back each time, looking to hang on for the final 4. Green flag is out, and Bowser is back in the fight. Hugh Bowser glued to the back bumper of Rick Martin as they roll off of turn number 2. Martin trying to squeeze out the 38. Tripp's got some momentum as they roll down into turn number 3. Bowser looking for a hold down on the inside, trying to make it 3 wide off of 4. Runs out of room, but Tripp back to the top at lap number 22. 3 laps to go as they come off the second corner. Bowser trying to line up and wind up into the top of the grid, trying to find a hole by the top 2. They are fighting off of turn number 4, side by side, down to the stripe, 2 to go, and it'll be Jody Tripp by 13 thousandths of a second. But can he hang on? Trouble off of turn number 4. Jariah Roderick again spins around. He keeps it rolling. We stay green. Your field rolls off of 4. The white flag unfurls. Martin and Tripp dead even at the start finish line. Tripp by 25 thousandths of a second. Is this going to work for Tripp? No, he's not able to use the 3 as a pick. Down into 3 and 4 for the win. Side by side. Tripp's got a half inch rolling. Here comes Martin down the inside. Down the top. They touch, and it is by 2 thousandths of a second. Jody Tripp picking up the win. By 2 1,000ths of a second, Jody Tripp picks up the opening day win for the Seekonk Sports Trucks. It took a long time to get that one rolling, but I'll tell you what, it was worth the wait, because what a finish. Picking up the win by 2/1000ths of a second. His first win of the year, obviously it's the first race, but his third career Seekonk Sports Truck win in the Silver Key Incorporated, Sanford & Sons Auto Parts, Vel Parts of Westport, Blanchette's Boutique, J. Tripp & Sons, Nats Racing Engines, Chevrolet, the Hydrostop Roofing Machine. We'll give him a second. He's still unbuckling his belt, and I'm out of breath after that one. How about you? What'd you think of that finish, ladies and gentlemen? That right there was worth the price of admission alone here tonight.
I think it's a good place to use it.
It's a good solution for tight spaces.
Exactly.
Here he is. He's got the helmet off. He can hear you, ladies and gentlemen. By 2/1000ths of a second. How about a big round of applause for Westport, Mass's Jody Tripp in victory lane. Woo! Jody, congratulations. Tell us about those last 5 laps.
Oh, I can't believe it. This is incredible.
Now, you and Rick were back and forth, a couple of thousands here, a couple of hundreds there. He had you, you had him. Did you think you'd be able to pull it out over those last few laps?
No. They would have had to.
I know you got some people you need to think. Well, actually, before we get there, tell us about you. You and John Pive were battling. You both got sideways off of 4. How close were you to losing it?
Close. It was halfway around, I thought. That's what it felt like. It was halfway around. I don't know what it looked like.
Well, it was a good save. I know you got people you need to thank.
Yeah, I got to thank Blanchette, Veltplots, Hydrostop, Riley's Kitchen, Silver Key, Sanford & Sons, Nats Motors. I got to thank my father and Mike. And
well, what a way to start off the season. In victory lane, Seekonk Speedway, Seekonk Sports Truck feature winner, Jody Tripp.